How's everybody doing today? Very good. Enjoying the heat. It's finally real, right, for me. I mean, we've been in Costa Mesa, living that easy life. Good.
You guys announced, obviously, Gardner Minshew's going to be starting quarterback this year. What do you think about how he fits into this offense and what kind of factored into choosing him?
Yeah, I think, Gardner's experience and, he's been in with a few different coordinators, a few different systems, a few different teams. I think that, somebody who's been through an experience as much as he has, I think connecting to a new system is much more simple for someone like that. So as far as him just being new to it or connecting to it, I think his experiences and his capabilities allow him to fit a lot of different things. And but he brings that element of leadership and that element of having that experience. And then, he really bought into what we were, doing here and his connectivity with the other guys on the team. I think there's a lot of factors that go into it, not just simply, one thing or another. But I think for him, he really stepped up when we came to camp, prepared. The leadership part of it stood out right away for the guys. And, I think if you ask the rest of the guys on this football team, they're ready to follow him.
Coach, obviously Aiden and Gardner had two different kind of play styles, two different strengths. How much does the playbook kind of adjust or change, centered around a player's strengths and changing? Yeah.
Sure, and it's not just the quarterback position, right? It's got to be everybody. We get Colton Miller back, so we're going to play into those strengths, and that goes for the rest of the 10 guys that are on the field. That's part of our job, right? Our job is to try to get the players in the right position, give them the opportunity to go make plays, and that for sure goes with the quarterback as well. So you want to try to give them as many opportunities to go showcase what they're capable of. And obviously Gardner to Aiden, slightly different, but the intelligence, the leadership, the toughness, all that stuff. It's just it was pretty easy to build it around all that good stuff.
You mentioned Colton. What do you see from him since he's been able to jump back in a few weeks back?
Yeah, I mean, he's an elite player, right? And then when he gets on that practice field, it kind of just jumps off the tape right away for you. And so we're excited to have him. Someone that, you can definitely lean and build your offense around.
Not a lot of reps between Gardner and Devontae this offseason. Weeks, not on the field reps anyway. What do you see about that chemistry that they've been building, especially these last 2 weeks?
Yeah, you're right to the sense of, specifically him throwing the ball to him on a team setting. I think they've had so many more moments, outside of that are going to, they're going to be able to build off of. And, it's a long season, right? And so Tay's experiences plus Gardner's experiences make that, much easier to kind of come to the center point. And then I think, I think what stands out most is just the relationship that they have. Maybe you want to say not necessarily in between the lines, but outside the lines, the types of conversations that they have, not just between the two of them, but how it's affecting the rest of the room has been really cool to see.
Devontae talked earlier this offseason. He said when he was in Green Bay, and you probably saw it firsthand, that he and Aaron didn't necessarily have a lot of on-field reps, but they just kind of had this relationship, whether it was watching film or just having conversations off to the side. How long does that take for that type of relationship to build between receiver and quarterback, I guess?
Yeah, the difference probably is just that, one guy played quarterback in a system for so long and had it a certain way, and, Gardner's played a lot of ball and kind of sees it a certain way. But at the same time, you're talking about, highly intelligent people who can communicate what they see at a very high level. So I think because of that kind of stuff, I think that time frame that you're looking for to, find your peak should be much shorter.
What traits have you seen from Zamir White throughout camp that make you really confident in his abilities to be kind of that workhorse back?
Yeah, I think, Zamir's a special guy. I think, the work ethic, the focus, determination, I think you put the pads on and you see the pad level go down and how that doesn't affect his game and he's able to, play at a full speed. I think all that stuff's been really fun to just kind of – he's been someone who, we put – a lot of eyes on when the pads came on, and he just got better every single day. So I'm excited to see him, truly go at it on regular season Sunday.
Levi just used the word workhorse. I mean, that type of running back has kind of gone away a lot in the league. We don't really see it that much. In an ideal world, would you want that guy? Would you want Zamir to be a guy that takes on the vast majority of the carries, or do you want to rotate it around more?
I think you're looking for someone to just take the lead of you get those critical moments in games and situational football that they're able to respond and I don't think that always necessarily means that it has to just be one guy. I think that can be two, can be three. But I think it's always important to have someone in that room that is the lead of the room, not necessarily I know you're using like the bell cow, 25 carries, 30 carries a game, like you said, it's 17 games. I don't think anybody's surviving that anymore. But to be the lead guy, and when it's crunch time, where you're going with the football, and that guy's going to get it done. I think that's more important than anything else.
Coach, to that point, what does having multiple running backs who do multiple things well, how does that help you as a play caller?
It's tremendous. We talk about it in here a few times now, right? Like guys that can play multiple positions and do multiple things. That's our game. You're trying to design yourself. Okay, where are the defensive strengths? Where are their weaknesses? And how can we manipulate both of those so that we don't let those strengths beat us? And how can we take advantage of those weaknesses? And when you have guys that can do different things, that's obviously just more tools in the toolbox.
I was talking to Michael yesterday, and he said the biggest area of improvement he's noticed in Brock Bowers has been his confidence. Could you also say the same, and where have you believed that he's also developed as well?
Yeah, I think Brock has this humble, confident way about him that we noticed, as soon as we got on the field. And I think his comfortability with what's going on and, the demand that we have of that tight end room has just been really cool to see for a young guy to kind of just keep continuing to grow. And, and Michael's really doing the same thing. We asked them to do a lot of different things, and both of them really respond at a high level. And for a young rookie to come in here and be able to do the different things we're asking him to do has been really cool. And it's a credit to him, his work ethic. But like I said, it's that humble, confident mentality that I think everybody in the building is just really, they love following it.
A couple more guys. We have to wrap practice, so just two more.
Luke, this is your second time being the offense coordinator in the NFL. Obviously, it's a different team, so a lot of things are different from the Bears. But for you personally as a coach, what are you approaching? How are you approaching the season differently? What do you think you learned from that experience, and how is it forming how you're going into this year?
Yeah, I think you learn a ton, right? I mean, that experience. There's no better teacher. So there's a lot. That's a pretty deep question because I say I reflect on that a lot. And I reflect, from game to game, from year to year, is something that I do a lot of, and how to be a better leader, how to be a better play caller, how to be a better teammate, all that stuff. I'm constantly reflecting on that, and I think, hopefully as this just continues to go, you're just more prepared for those opportunities. I said a couple of times ago when I was with you guys, there's those blind spots that when you're doing something new for the first time, you're necessarily prepared for. And sometimes you watch other people do it and you get to do it, and sometimes you experience it and get to correct it. And so I think having those opportunities in my past is going to only help me do a better job for sure.
You mentioned intelligence and talking to people in Gardner's background, it comes up a lot. Is that something that's jumped out to you as far as his IQ level being kind of up there?
Yeah, totally. Not just the football IQ, but the awareness of your surroundings. I think that's a big part of playing the position is, having the awareness of what's going on around you and making sure everything's in the right place, the right time, and being in control of everything. And then now you can start dialing into the nuances. You start dialing into those little things that give you the opportunity to take advantage, because you have a bunch of elite players all over the place, and it's those little things that kind of give you that edge. And I think, someone to Gardner's football IQ / abilities, really gives them a good opportunity to go out and do those things.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.